I did not have a clue where this was at all. Not a car I recognised. I thought it was maybe some new Kenya footage. Hi, and welcome to the GeoMouse Christmas Holiday Daily Challenge compilation video. Quite a long title, but I went away for Christmas, and because I wasn't on the greatest of internet connections, I decided to play all of these daily challenges with no move. So what I'm doing today is I'm just going through them, and I'm going to see exactly how I did, and I'm going to comment on my thought process, and there were a few surprises as well, if I'm not mistaken. I did, I think, accidentally move in one of the rounds, but I quickly went back to the start. But I don't think that helped. I can't remember exactly, but we'll see throughout this video. Before I start, I would just like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel if you like these videos, and also hitting the like button and leaving a comment. So let's start and see how I did. Okay, so the first round, this is a museum round, and I see a lot of Chinese, and also I see Sichuan. So we've had a few museum rounds in mainland China, and quite a lot of them in Chengdu, which is the capital of Sichuan, if I'm not mistaken. So I think I quickly decided I'm going to guess somewhere in Chengdu. I think I'm looking for clues about the name of the museum. You can also see on the videos that the update of the Google Maps isn't the fastest. So I go in to the Sichuan Museum. I don't think it was the right one. No, it was actually one a bit out of Chengdu. And we saw this name, I think it said Sanshundu or Sanshundao. We saw that name on one of the posters. I just realized I didn't before. Second one, quite distinct posts or electricity posts. We should see in Taiwan, and there's also markings in the roads. I think that's pronounced man, I'm not entirely sure, but I'll go for the south, I think. And I'm really close. To be fair, I didn't have a clue exactly where in Taiwan it was. I didn't think it was to the north. This one I can't remember. See what I spot. I think I might go for Brazil here, but there are some cows. Although, is that a Brazilian car? They're driving on the right, I think. But there is something odd about this one. I mean, I can't remember where this was, but if I was to guess now, I would have guessed Brazil. But there is, as I said, something really odd about this round. I think it's a type of cattle that made me really confused, and it still does, as you can see. So for no move, I spent quite a lot of time looking around. Yeah, so I go for Brazil, I think. And it is just a bit further north. Yeah, this one we have some good signs. But this looks like it's outside of Bratislava. We have signs for Vienna and for Brno. Can't remember if I find the exact junction, but I'm going to be pretty close on this one. But because we have such good signs, I think I'm spending some time just to make sure. We have some road numbers as well. I know I'm looking around in Slovakia here, but this one I do remember was in Bratislava. But it's just a matter of finding the right junction. I just noticed now that the road bends towards the left here. I don't think I noticed at the time. I think also because this was the first one I saw, or the first one I did. I mean, I spent a bit more time on each round. I think I'm quicker later on. So looking at this now, I'm not sure if that junction fits. I can't remember which one I guessed. I think the junction we see here where it says Ovsichte, which is in Schalke, or just aside from Schalke, place I actually been. I think that fits more. And we see it fits more with the road. And at the time, I didn't notice it at all. I think this one, looking at the thing that I think I went for Greece. There was something that looked Greek to me on that silo, and so also these white houses, they looked quite Greek as well, with the blue doors. So as I said, I did spend quite a lot of time on some of these rounds, probably unnecessarily, just to make sure. Because I'm going for Greece, and I don't think this was too far away. I don't remember exact. Well, we'll see soon. I can't believe I spent almost 2 minutes on this one round. It was quite far away. It was Greece though, but one of the islands. Aros. So that was the first one, 20,200 points. 3 very good rounds, 2 a bit far away. So let's see what we do in the next one. Okay, so day 2. Let's see if I can improve. So looking around, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're driving on the left, and can't see that well in the recording, but this is, I'm pretty sure this is Sri Lanka, and yeah, I could see some Tamil script on that lamppost. And I went pretty close to Colombo. A lot quicker than some of the previous rounds, and almost a perfect score, so that was really good. Next round, let's see these cars. You can also see when the imagery loads, it's quite slow to load sometimes. I mean, looking at this, I would say this is Belgium. Yeah, it says Tech Corp. Oh yeah, there's a .be as well. The Tech Corp is for sale, I think, and white license plates. It has to be Belgium. But I don't think I could find anything else to suggest where in Belgium it is, other than the Flemish. Sorry, not. Yeah, the Flemish part. And again, pretty close. So just outside Brussels. And now we are in. This is in Slovenia. So I'm looking at these yellow street signs or place names, and I think this could be in Croatia. One thing in Croatia is that for most of the imagery you can't see you can't see the EU plates, and I couldn't see if they had EU plates or not. But when I zoom in onto Croatia, I see Semic, and I know I'm just 3 kilometers away, so I'm just looking for a junction that fits the directions. And this one, I'm not sure how much time I spent, but I do find it, and I do get a perfect score in this round. It's quite lucky, but I found damage. I thought if it was Croatia, it would be somewhere close to the Slovenian border. So I think it could be there. But yeah, 1 meter, and that's with no moving, so that's really good. But we had just the amount of information and a bit of luck as well. This one, is this in Canada, I think? Yeah, it's in Canada. That's a sign you only see in Canada. Pretty flat. And yeah, this is in Lacombe. This one, I'm looking at the Scotia Bank, and I'm thinking Nova Scotia, so I don't even consider the flat parts of Canada, which is in Alberta and the other place I can't pronounce, the one next to Alberta. So I think even though it's flat, and I should have gone for Alberta, because I think it ends up being somewhere between Edmonton and Calgary, I go somewhere in Nova Scotia, which is a massive mistake. I was too focused on the Scotia Bank. I don't know how much time I spend on this one. I could be that I'm spending some time. I mean, you can obviously see that this is somewhere called Lacombe or Lacombe. Can't find it anywhere on the map. But I think I'm guessing just close to Halifax. But it's not it's not a good choice either way. You see, I even go all the way over to Winnipeg. I might run out of time. I wonder if, because I'm getting very close to it, I wonder if we can see it on the map. I didn't notice it at the time. I'm not going far enough west. So there's the Lacombe on the map. Yeah, I wasn't close enough. Anyway, final round. This is in Guatemala. Looking at the oh yeah, there's a Guatemalan flag as well. So just looking at the car, and I don't think there's much information there. I can't remember how close I was, but Guatemala isn't a big country, so you know you're going to be fairly close anyway. It's a bit hilly, so I think I'll go somewhere in the middle. And yeah, it was pretty close actually. So this was a round with, there's actually four good rounds, and then one way up in Canada. If I focused on the flatness rather than the Scotiabank, I would have done better. So day 3, 2 rounds of 20,000 so far. See how I do. Okay, so we start off in Dominican Republic. You can see the black stripes on the roof rack. But one thing I notice is mountains to the southwest. So we're not in the capital because that's on the south coast. So I'm going for Santiago instead. And pretty close, almost a perfect score. It didn't take long at all. Next round, what do we have? We have some Indian script, but we don't have the blur that you see in India. So this is in Bangladesh. I'm not sure what the script is called. I think it's called Sanskrit, maybe. And we see in Bangladesh, in some rounds, not everywhere, they use the same or more or less the same cars you see in Guatemala with the mirrors and the roof rack. Wasn't too close there. This one was a bit confusing because we have Romanian flags, but had on the first wall something that looked to me to be Hungarian. So a bit confusing. Well, I see these license numbers there, they are Romanian license plate numbers. That's the format they are in Romania. So I am pretty sure that we are in Romania with all the flags. But I go close to, I think I go in Cluj maybe. Again, oh no, I go really close, I go in Oradea. And much further east. So even though I was sure there was some Hungarian we saw, so even though we saw some Hungarian, it was not Hungary. So we're in Europe here. I think we're in Italy, because I think those are Italian plates. This one I go in Rome, but this could, I was thinking either Rome or Milan, and I went for Rome. It was between Milan and Turin. And finally, we have Cyrillic, and I think we have the Mongolian car. And so I go for Ulaanbaatar. And pretty close. So almost a perfect score. Just a bit too far away in Italy and in Romania. Day 4. So the funny thing was, the previous day, I only spent a few minutes on the whole challenge. I know you had the best score so far. Here we have European plates and we are driving on the left. So that means Malta. But especially when it's this sunny. It could be, obviously it could be Ireland as well, driving on the left. But Ireland does not look like this. This is definitely Malta. And, I mean, I'm close. I don't think I can see the language here. I probably could when I played it live, but due to the compression of the recording, which is something I have to see or I have to look at, because when I do these videos, I can't see them properly. But I think that's some Chinese, maybe, but that's definitely Sri Lankan pedestrian crossing sign. So I go Sri Lanka, more the same as I did the day before, or 2 days before, and it was all the way in the north. This is County Road 2108. So this looks like the US. Don't know where. I can't remember where I guessed either. Yeah, I go Alabama. And it was pretty close. Well, I say pretty close, 740 kilometers away. Looking back at this one, is this South America? Yes, it's Brazil. And we have a phone number that starts with 11, so that's Sao Paulo. And it's quite central as well, I think. So pretty close. Then final round, some Spanish there, Policia and Policia Nacional. Orange license plates on taxis. I've seen before. I always forget where they are, and I have forgotten again. I think you see them in Ecuador and Chile. I don't think I can read. No, I can't read any of these because of the poor internet connection. Or the imagery hasn't loaded properly, which is always a pain. I think those what was written on that wall, some vulgarities in Spanish, I think. So if you speak Spanish, you might find it funny, or maybe not. Who knows? I mean, if I was to guess now, I would say Ecuador. There are yellow lines in the middle and the white lines on the side, so that's usually not. Could be Peru as well, actually, but that's usually not Chile. I go for Chile nonetheless. Okay. Or do I change my mind? I am looking at all the hills surrounding where we are. Yeah. So I didn't change my mind. I was way off. And if I looked back if I had this round now, I would have gone for Ecuador. So Yeah, 3 good rounds, or 2 very good rounds at least. Okay, day 5. See if I do better, because I've made a few mistakes in the last days. But this is a tough one. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember where I chose here. I would say Europe. But this is between me, Romania, Ukraine, Russia maybe. So we'll see. Yeah, I'll go for Ukraine. And it is Romania. Yeah, this one looks like South America. We have the Vende, which is, I think, based on a phone number. I thought I probably went for Brazil there, but I don't think it is. Looking back at it, again, I don't remember where I went, but I think looking back at it, I would probably not go Brazil. No, that was Colombia, and we had an unusual no yellow number plate in the Colombian round. So I think for this one, we see some wind turbines in the distance. We're obviously in Europe. We go France. Yeah, I do. And it's in Luxembourg. So a good score. Here we have the Guatemalan car, and we have a sign for a town. It says "Welcome to." When I finally zoom into it, welcome to San Andres Salcabaja. So I spent a lot of time trying to find San Andres, and I find the Baja region, so I'm just wondering if that's related. So this one, I can't remember how much time I spent. Quite a lot, I think. But this is basically me zooming into the different regions, because for some reason I thought the Salcabaja was the name of the, I think department is the correct term, but I do actually find the location in the end. Let's see if we get to when I found the location. It's quite hilly, so it's likely to be in the middle. So that's why I put a marker down in the middle. But what I'm looking for is San Andres. I still don't realize that the Alcabaja is part of the name. But I only have about 40 seconds left. I can't remember exactly when I found it, but it was quite close to the end, as you can see. Ah, there it is. San Andres Salcabaja. So, there's a petrol station there. I see it says 300 meters. I'm trying to guess 300 meters away. Not realizing that it's actually just around the corner there. I was really close before. And time runs out, so where I had the marker before was actually where it was. But still, good score, almost perfect score. Just ran out of time in the end. This one is Singapore. I know I should at least manage to get a silver score. Don't think there's anything to suggest which street we're on, but I guess I'm pretty close. So another decent score, silver score, 2 very good rounds. Okay, so day 6. Let's see. I spent quite a long time on this one. I'm not sure why. I can't remember again, to be honest. So we start off. Oh, this is quite an interesting round. So with these hills and mountains around here, I'm pretty sure we are in Nigeria, especially with that follow car. But there was something quite unusual about these hills. I've not seen that kind of formation before. You can see there's a yellow and black tape on the rack as well, which usually means Nigeria. I think you might see it in Uganda as well. So what I'm looking for here is basically rock formation, so indentations in the map, which kind of matches what I can see in the background. So I'm spending some time trying to find something. There are a few places where you can see indentations in the map as well, but there aren't really any other clues to go for. So I went close to the border, but it was a lot further west. So this one, we're in Singapore. And we have a street name as well, Buffalo Road. I don't think I found the name of the road we were on. But I think I spent quite some time looking for the name and then looking at the map. So a few things that I was looking for here was, first of all, the direction of the road. I think it runs northeast, southwest. And then obviously you have Buffalo Road. And then just try to find an area in Singapore that kind of matches what we see. But one thing, I didn't actually notice that, but you have Little India. I just saw that on the map, and we have quite a lot of writing, which I think is Tamil script. So that's something I did not notice. And obviously you notice it when you look. So you never notice these things, or you do sometimes you do, but rarely notice these things when you play. But when you look back at them, you notice quite a lot more. Same with when you watch videos that other Geoguessr players have made. So I think I'm pretty close for this area. I do look around a few other places just to see if there's anything that matches. But I am pretty sure that this area is the right area. I'm just not able to find the road. But the time runs out, and I was really close. It was in a little India area, and almost a perfect score. If I'd taken a bit more care in putting down my marker, I might have found it. So this one here, we have white lines in the middle, white lines on the sides. You can see it says para on the stop sign, so you know it's in South America or Dominican Republic. This is obviously not in Dominican Republic. There's also a few mountains in the distance with a bit of snow. I think it's fairly north, but it's actually a lot further south than I thought. It's in Chile, but I was wrong about it. This one, I can see the Russian flag, and then I noticed the last word on this sign, which says cry. Which is name of a region, and then I see the first bit, which is I think it's Khabarovsky. I wasn't entirely sure what the first letter was until I realized that it's the same letter as in Kherson and Kharkiv in Ukraine. So then it's just a question of trying to find the town. So I'm pretty sure we are in the main city in the region or Cry. So I'm just trying to find it. I'm not entirely sure where it is, so I'm just trying to look all over Russia, to be honest. I think I'm zoomed in enough to notice it on the map. And I saw it now, and I see it when I'm playing as well. So it's just a matter of finding the street. I'm just wondering if there was a street name as well, because this is a straight road. Let's see. No, I didn't see the street name, but I saw the tram lines in the middle. And Sharonova definitely has tram lines in the middle. I'm trying to look for. I think there's. Oh no, it says Sharonova there. So I saw the street name there as well, so confirm that I'm on the right street, and then you had this Anmeka or Imeka. Trying to find it, but I know I'm on the right street, and just trying to find the exact location. Oh yeah, I was looking for the numbers because you could see the numbers. I think it was 63. And then I saw the 64s. Which the odd numbers where didn't really correspond. Last round, I can see that we are in New Zealand, quite a distinct metal bit on the poles. Again, the scenery doesn't load properly. The scenery makes me believe we're in the South Island. The map is really slow to load as well because of my poor internet connection. I mean, I say poor internet connection. It was a 100 megabit connection, but it just didn't work properly. I'm close. Again, a pretty good silver score. A bit far away in Chile and Nigeria, but I'm happy with that score. Okay, so day 7. This is also a long one, so I'm not sure exactly why. Okay, I remember this one. So I'm looking around. Looks to be in the southern hemisphere, but I'm not entirely sure. And I can't really see any clues. The only thing, I see some French somewhere, I think. That doesn't really tell me much. The next thing doesn't tell me much either, but there was a sign where there was some French. As you can see, I'm quite confused by this one, but I think there was a sign here. Ah, there we go. It's some French there. So the only thing I can think of, which is fairly far south and where there's French, was Senegal. We will see that Senegal is not the correct country. I'm looking to see if I can see the Senegal car, which I can't. I am really unsure about this one. I mean, if I thought about it properly, I wouldn't have gone for Senegal, but I'm very confused about this round. I'm going back to check the French. Black license plates doesn't make any sense to me. I think the first thing I checked was do you speak French in Rwanda, which I don't think they do. They speak English. And then I go to Senegal. The only other French-speaking country I could think of where there's Google coverage. I know the capital can look quite similar to the rest of the country, but it's Madagascar, so not a good score at all. Okay, so now we have some Spanish. And this is the one round where I moved accidentally, not that it mattered, to be honest. I can see it's the Guatemala car. And I'm looking for this stadium, Marco Fion. I couldn't see any information here that helped me either. I mean, it is always good always fun to see if there are some clues that I missed, but I don't think I missed any. I'm looking for a stadium called, I think it was Macofio. I'm not able to find it. Interesting to see if I again missed something, because I can't remember how far away I was or exactly where this was. So as you can see, there is a lot of just zooming in and out, and then guessing, it was in Flores, so I was quite far away. Okay, we have a North American round again. Do I find any clues there? I don't think I do. So either US or Canada. I think I'm going. Yeah, so this stop sign was a bit weird because the lettering was quite small. Maybe that should have been a hint. But I think I'm still going for the US, somewhere in the east. But if I remember correctly, this is probably in Canada. I didn't get the right country, but I wasn't too far away. So this is in Montreal. So usually you see arrête and stop on stop signs, or just arrête. So it was a bit weird. So this one looks like Ireland. I'm thinking because there's a palm tree as well, just up there. See in the background. Some of these, actually, quite a lot of palm trees, more than I remembered. So I'm thinking we're quite far south in Ireland. You can see similar trees in the south coast of England. But I wasn't sure about Ireland. I mean, they obviously been planted there. So I'm going south, so I'm going Cork. But it's in Dublin. So in the right country, but wrong city. So here we have Greenland. So one thing I recognize, that large red building. We've had rounds before where we started either on the other side of that building or where we started up on those hills in front of it, and I wasn't entirely sure where I was. I was thinking either in Sisimiut or Asiat. I'm checking Sisimiut, but as soon as I zoom in, I'm pretty sure it's not it, because it doesn't fit with the scenery. I'm going up to Asiat in a second. So you can see straight out. When you look west, there isn't anything. But when you zoom in on Asiat, the map isn't showing properly. As you can see, there are roads. See, I'm just trying to find it. So the big red building is a hotel, and I'm looking through a few more cities now. So what I'm realizing as I zoom in and out on the different cities is that it is most likely Asia. So eventually I'll zoom in to Asia again. Well, hang on, it's not Asia. It's I forgot about that. It's the Hotel Arctic. Just realized. So I get a perfect score. I thought it was Asia for some reason, but no, it's not. It's Hotel Arctic, and not in Asia. So another silver score. Okay, so round 8, or day 8, and I started this really early. You can see there's only 2 people who had played when I started it. So we started in North America. Again, don't know where it is. Oh, there's one thing. It says the Monmouth or Monmouth, and I thought it said Ohio maybe, and then say Catholic Church. So I zoom into Ohio eventually, trying to look for Monmouth. But in this one, I think I spent some time looking to see if I can find it. I can see the pickup truck has the Punisher sticker in the back. Didn't spot that at the time. Not that it matters, it's just interesting. But it turns out it's a bit further east. It's in Illinois, but Monmouth, not a big place, and to be fair, it's quite difficult to get that kind of round exact when you don't move. I think it's hard enough in the US when you do move as well. So I'm not sure where this is. I think I'm going to go to Slovenia. If I'm not mistaken, this is probably further south, like Montenegro maybe. Yes, so this one was in Montenegro. Oh, okay. This one I remember. We are outside a baseball stadium. Roberto Clemente, who is someone I've not heard of because I don't follow baseball. But I reckon that this is most likely in Puerto Rico. Based on the Spanish and based on the fact that this is baseball. But I take a punt on this being in Puerto Rico. I'm not sure if baseball is big in Mexico as well. I know it's obviously big in the US and Cuba maybe, Japan. But it doesn't take me long to find something with Roberto Clemente. So zoom into a place. I actually just saw it now. Probably if I zoom out again. And so I found something with Roberto Clemente. Took a chance that it was there. It was just a map that didn't show the stadium properly, which is the case sometimes. It was a bit further away, but still a good score. Now, this one, I did not have a clue where this was at all. Not a car I recognised. I thought it was maybe some new Kenya footage. And I think everyone among my friends guessed Kenya or Uganda, but this turned out to be Uruguay. I've never seen this car before. I think that flummoxed quite a few people. Also, it's New Year's Eve. There's some fireworks in the background, so if you can hear them, then yes. Because as of 10 minutes ago, you were allowed to send up fireworks in Norway. So, this one is... I mean, this is in Russia. I'm pretty sure of it. I think that there are some signs that made me go for Ukraine. I think it had something to do with the cars that I saw. And also the buildings looked a bit more modern. On that big yellow building that we went past, there's also a small flag. And it didn't look like a Russian flag. It didn't look like a Ukrainian flag either, to be honest. But I went for Ukraine in the end here. But okay, it was not a yellow building and more a pink building. Maybe it looks more Russian. I couldn't see it properly. I know the yellow around the pedestrian crossing signs is something you see in Russia, but not only in Russia. But in the end, I think this is Ukraine, but as we will see, it is not. Also, I felt a bit under pressure as well because I didn't have that many points because of the previous round. And it turned out to be to be Russia. So the previous round was a bronze score. Again, this is the last day 9. And I started this one quite early as well. So I'm looking at this. It's a bit weird, I think. There's some palm trees. Looking at that person as well, it looks really cold. I mean, they're dressed up for the cold. There's a small railroad running along some urban or suburban street, which was a bit weird. The sun is to the north, so we are in the southern hemisphere. So this is either going to be Uruguay, Chile, or Argentina, I think. And I went for Uruguay just because it was quite green and the palm trees. Quite often in Uruguay, even though it looks rural, it's close to Montevideo, and I'm basically going just beside Montevideo this time. And it was really close to Montevideo. So a very good score. Here we have a round. I don't remember where this was, to be honest. And I don't remember where I guessed. Okay, I see some mountains in the background with snow on. The sun is to the west, slightly northwest. So I think we might be in Southern America. And in that case, maybe Argentina or Chile. I think I'll go Argentina for this one. I was zooming into Africa first, but snowy mountains made me change my mind quite quickly. You can see the snow here. We go quite far north. I didn't think I went that far north. No, I did. So it's in Chile, but a lot further south than I thought. So we have AJ Builders, North American phone number, I think. License number as well, but that doesn't help. I'm pretty sure. So there are a few mountains around. Yeah, so I see Clark County and the Kensington community. And I was pretty sure there was a Clark County in Las Vegas, or close to Las Vegas. And I know there are some hills around Las Vegas as well. I'm going somewhere in Nevada, close to Las Vegas. I don't think I found this place exact, but I was really close. Okay, so we have a .co.za and we have a super spa. We don't have super spas in Norway. We have Euro spas and spas. And they're not this big. Also, they're not cheap in Norway. I mean, everything is expensive, but spa is probably the most expensive shop or supermarket. So I go Johannesburg, but this is in Durban. An okay score. This one is Christmas Island. So, there's Welcome to Christmas Island. There's a sign with a distance to a place as well. But what I realised when I zoom in, because there isn't really much built up in Christmas Island, I realised that this is next to the airport, and I think this being the last round in my no move Christmas challenge, I think I found a location more or less straight away, and the perfect score. So I just double check with the direction and everything, but it's quite clear that I'm close. So another silver score. So 9 days, 8 silvers, 1 bronze, quite a few perfect scores. I'm happy with that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Geomouse a Christmas holiday no move daily challenge compilation video. Not sure if I made the title even longer now, but if you do, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also hitting the like button and leaving a comment. And I shall see you again for normal daily challenge videos. Bye for now.